independent in working what is best for the foreign policy of the United States. Where are your interests? This is the question that you should ask. However, we cannot deny that there is a Zionist lobby strong enough, etc.
That's controlling strategic business,
exactly.
Media,
right. Yes.
for example.
Exactly. I mean, but I think in the final analysis, is that the solution of the problem has to come from within, from the Palestinians, and the support our colleague is talking about is very, very important. If it comes support where the people are working, I think that will be the beginning of the proper solution. And stop thinking about, that doesn't mean cut off all, future peaceful negotiations. No, work and negotiate, no problem.
A thought just came to my mind, and that is
and that's dangerous.
Jerusalem has a lot of religious significance.
Yes. Of course.
For all religions, so to speak. In Islam, going to Jerusalem, visiting Al-Aqsa Mosque is like performing a pilgrim, so to speak. In the past, we have denied ourselves the chance of doing this.
Yes.
Some say if you go, this is a way of a signal of normalizing relations. Others for security reasons. There were so many different explanations, but the practice is we don't go to Jerusalem, period, be it Muslims or Christians.
How many go though?
Very few go.
Yeah.
I mean, very few Egyptians, Syrians,
yes,
Saudis.
Yes.
I mean, very few Muslims go. Individuals, just like we go to Mecca to perform Al-Hajj, very few go
yes, yes.
to perform the Quds ritual as well. Do you think maybe this should be changed? That we should not be allowing any entity to deprive us from performing a religious task, if I can put it this way.
This issue itself, in my opinion, is very debatable and should opinion be individualistic. There should be no general rule, in my opinion. I mean, there are many, merchants in Jerusalem would love to have Egyptians and tourists from the Arab world come in there and spend money, encourage them, because they are living in an area very volatile. They have to pay a lot of taxes, and if they don't survive where they are, they might have to leave. So some say, those who want to go, let them go. I don't think going to Jerusalem means recognizing Israel. Those who believe that it does, fine. I mean, that's why I don't think there should be a general rule. I think it should be purely
What will be better for the cause?
Well,
not going, or a strong Arab presence in the area?
No, I'll take the second option, which is a strong Arab presence in the area.
But I mean, visiting doesn't mean we solve the cause. No, I think it's irrelevant, in my opinion.
Would this be a signal? Would this be a recognition, a strengthening of the position?
It will be looked
That's
at.
what I'm saying. Could it be a strengthening of the position?
Not necessarily. No. I'll tell you something. Tell me something. I have my family lives. They live in Ramallah. Am I not allowed to go and visit them before they die? I mean, my family. If by going that means I'm recognizing Israel? No, I'm not. But I have the right to go and visit my family. A Muslim has the right to go and visit and a Christian has the right to visit the church.
I've been trying to visit Al-Aqsa Mosque for a couple of times, and I failed. I didn't succeed to do so. Simply because it will be a complete recognition of Israel.
Why?
Because you have to go to their embassy, get the stamp from them, the visa, and go to the Al-Aqsa Mosque then.
You know what I did? And you can get what is called a visa on a separate
on a card, and some they refuse to do this for me. But
some, they change the passport.
No, but this will be sort of, at least this is the treason, as you say. I will be a traitor then.
Why?
I'll give you a good story that happened.
Mr. Ali Jum'a went there. Is he a traitor?
This is a debatable issue. Let's put it aside then.
No.
A story that happened to me. My wife and youngest daughter were in Gaza Strip when the Israeli bombarded them, and there was a blockage of Rafah pass at that time. I called the foreign minister, Ahmed Abul Gheid, on that time. I need to get my wife and my daughter back. And he said, I can't get the ambassador in Palestine back. How can I get your wife and your daughter? I said, you, foreign minister, I talked to him in person, and I swear on this, that he could not help in the issue. I asked him, could you give me the green light to talk to the Israeli ambassador in Cairo? He said, if he's going to help you, call him. And I called him because, you know, I work at the American University in Cairo. I got his number from the American University in Cairo, and I called him in person. He talked to me. He was very gentle to me, and he said, give me her name and your daughter's name, where they are, and we will get them to you in 24 hours. I said, thank you very much. Tell me, how will you get them? He said, we are going to send an armored vehicle to the strip, and she and your daughter will go to Eilat or somewhere in Israel, and to be transferred to Amman, and from Amman to Cairo. I refused it, simply because I needed my wife and my daughter, but this will not be from the Israeli side to help me, because I am paralyzed as Egyptian. I have peace negotiation with them, and I have peace treatment with them, and they can come to my country without a visa. I have to go to their country with a visa. They can go and travel and go into my country, and I cannot travel and go to Palestine, which I consider to be my country also, because my wife is Palestinian. The thing is that you are playing it, I mean, you means the Arabs, you're playing it in a wrong way. The United States is leading Arabs. Do this, don't do that, and we're following them. Hamas people in the strip were against this, because they felt that this is the land, this is their own land. Whether they have been demolished or displaced from this land, they still keep their existence in there. They don't want to leave it. And we are to help them with this. If we leave them alone, they are losers, but they will not leave the land again. Negotiations will not help. Negotiations, and you might be criticizing Muslim Brotherhood, because you will say that those are people who are terrorists, looking for struggle, armed struggle, because Israelis don't know any language but the language of power. If you have this power, they will listen to you. They will listen to your talk. They will come and ask you for peace. But if you don't have such power, they will have the power over you, and they will have the power to let you do what they want you to do. And Israelis are very coward people. They don't face us.
What if, the reason I raised the issue of visiting an Aqsa mosque is because there have been threats that this mosque could be attacked, and in a way so as to eliminate our presence in the area. What can be done to protect that our religious entities are not being attacked? Certain
things have been done between certain Arab leaders, especially King Abdullah of Jordan, I think, where he is in constant contact with the Israeli authorities regarding the Al-Aqsa Mosque. But I say, when you have people visiting, it might even have the Israelis worry more about jeopardizing. But whether or not they're doing something under the Aqsa Mosque to jeopardize its structure, they might be doing that, because they believe this is where the big place where they have to get rid of it and build, you know, the temple of Solomon. They still believe in that. There is a big problem there, and we should not be abandoned. Don't forget, the Jerusalemites are getting fewer every day and every week, because the economy with them is very bad. Taxes are high. They're levied on them especially. There are special rules that many Arabs do not understand, do not even know. Suppose a man from Jerusalem his cousin is in Ramallah and he wants to marry her. He got married. She's not allowed to come and live with him in Jerusalem because she doesn't have residency. Therefore, he's forced to leave Jerusalem and go to...
So they're putting very hampering rules so that...
Everything to get rid of the...
Getting rid of the people living there.
That's why when the Mufti Ali Jum'a went there, and you go to the Arab section there and you are supporting them and you even spend money buying some gifts from the Arab people there, I don't think it's a very bad idea. But again, I give the right to anybody to live up to his principles. If he thinks this is sort of getting closer to Israel, fine. But in general, aside from the borders, you'll be spending all your time between Al-Aqsa Mosque and the Jerusalemites and Ramallah. They're all Arabs.
But if it's just a visit, like a visit
We're talking about a visit, whether this will help the cause or not. Whether more Arab footwork in the area will help.
This is a good question. If it's going to help the cause politically, economically, or what, or religiously. In any of these, I have a record that I came across, that the 2011 record of the year of displacement. It's called the year of displacement. It reads that a total of 622 Palestinian structures were demolished by Israeli authorities. 36 of this were family homes. You're talking about a visit by individuals, and the plan of Israel is to demolish the homes of the people living in Jerusalem, and the remainder were livelihood related, including water, storage, agricultural structures, resulting in almost 1,100 people displaced. 1,100 people taken out from their homes.
There are tens of thousands displaced.
I'm talking about almost double the number of...
You're talking about the year 2011?
This is 2011.
No,
I'm talking about in Jerusalem only. In Jerusalem. I'm not talking about the cause as a whole.
Don't forget, the Palestinians used to own almost 80% of West Jerusalem too.
Yes.
East and West.
Right, yeah.
But right now, you remember you asked, will the Palestinians ever accept what is called a Palestinian state without Jerusalem? The answer is definitely no. No way.
Yes,
no way. As you said, since it is a religion for the three, so somehow the three have to be participants in the future of the city. Therefore, building and expanding settlements and disappropriating land and confiscating land and evicting and uprooting the Palestinians of Jerusalem is not going to solve the problem. You see, one time I told you, I believe Israel is myopic. Myopic in the sense it does not look at the future. Because no Palestinians, no matter how moderate he is, will ever accept the conditions, the harsh conditions and the cruel treatment of the Israelis as an occupier. Sooner or later, he's going to revolt. And this has been going on for the last 60 years. No Palestinian will ever stop from practicing his legitimate right, which, by the way, was sanctioned by the United Nations. Therefore, to me, the peace process could never be achieved until we realize that we should not depend on anybody else. We should depend solely on our people, starting what is called public revolt, that includes intifada and armed struggle, etc. And getting the support from our brothers in Egypt and everywhere else, I think that's fantastic. But I don't think we should involve any Arab country in the final conflict.
Well, gentlemen, unfortunately, good times fly, and our time is up. Thank you very much for joining us on Daily Debate. I'd like to thank you, the viewers, wish you a very pleasant evening, and good night.